on tonight.
But right, it was always burning.
Yeah.
So
preparing to live stream, setting up your meeting for YouTube Live. Done. Ooh, we are live. Are we live?
We're not live, are we?
Oh, now we are live.
We are live, coming to you live from the frozen tundra of North Texas.
Where it is negative
rush.
What is it? -5 degrees? Wind chill.
Yes. It is cool and brisk. 12.
Yes. 12 degrees. Tim, the enchanter, aka Cold Fire, is recording outside. That is Tim's dedication to bringing you, Rush fan, all the gold that's in
California
face, ears.
Yes.
Yeah, in California. So it's almost Christmas time. So we wanted to say Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I didn't think you would remember.
Happy Festivus.
For the rest of us.
Yes. Yeah.
We're laughing here.
Yeah.
But and then there's
we're good
also
friends.
Yeah, we're good
friends. Well, we were for this episode, if it's going to be an episode. I've never done YouTube live, so I don't know how this is going to end up, but we were going to talk about Christmas songs that Rush would have recorded, or what we would have liked for them to record if they recorded any Christmas songs. But Tim today listened to something and he was just about to tell us about it when I said, whoa, hey, let's do this live. Let's share what Tim has to say about. Tell us.
The Moving Pictures 40th anniversary release that has included in that the entire YYZ concert from said Moving Pictures tour.
Yeah.
Which I have listened to it before, right when it was released, and I was in awe of it. But today, driving around doing my work, I decided to crank it up again, and man, that would have been a show to see.
I can imagine.
Just the songs that they did, the order that they did them in. It's just that would have been a show to see.
For those of us who are uneducated, and I'm referring to myself, Shane, but what exactly was it all of the album plus anything else, or was
they did everything from the album except for Witch Hunt, because at that time they did not have the technology to do it, which I was a little surprised that they were able to do Vital Signs. Again, I'm not a big techno freak, and I don't know what was available back then, 1980 and 1981. But for them to have the opening, sequenced in and able to do that, yeah. In fact, it was the last song from Moving Pictures that they performed during that concert. The last two songs was Tom Sawyer, and then they did Vital Signs. And
interesting.
Oh, it was so great, especially because Geddy was starting to have some fun at the end of Vital Signs, and he did sing Everybody Gets Lemonade from the North.
I am not so sure.
That's the way I heard it. So
would you like some lemonade from the north out there with your fire, Tim, in the 12 degrees?
Maybe some hard lemonade.
Oh, hey now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a really good sounding live album. However, I don't like the remastering of Moving Pictures on that 40th anniversary.
You know what? I haven't even listened to the remastered.
And I would be curious what it sounds like on Spotify, because on Apple Music, I love the bass sound on Moving Pictures.
Right.
but it's too high, it's too loud on that mix, and it distorts the speakers in my cheap car.
Huh.
I would imagine
And-
it's probably difficult to get a good rich sound with, unless you're listening to it on album or on
Yeah, and I think
streaming, some streaming services, it's
Yep.
not quite as,
yeah.
but
And I just wonder, there's probably a lot of albums where there could be some improvement, but I can't think of a split second of moving pictures where someone would have said, the mix could have been a little better with this or that. I just can't imagine anyone thinking that there was anything wrong. And then the other thing with it is Getty's voice has some weird effect on it where it almost sounds like he's on helium. It is so weird sounding.
that's his normal voice, I believe.
No. I mean, it's a crazy difference, because the other weird thing about I worked out that sometimes I would try to play the original moving pictures, but it would sound like that one. So I worked out that on my phone, I had to download the original moving pictures to make sure that it plays that version and not the remastered version, because I don't like it as much.
Wow.
Huh.
So yeah, there you go. Apple Music hack.
Yeah. Well, I don't listen to a lot of the remastered stuff. Really, the only one I ever listened to was the remastered, remixed, whatever version of Vapor Trails. But
Yeah.
But the YYZ concert,
Yeah.
before
you mentioned
well, for
go to
crying
that.
out loud, why are we even doing this?
No, I want to ask you a question, because there's some of us that may not know, why do they call it the YYZ concert?
Because it was recorded in Toronto. It was their third night at Maple Leaf Gardens.
Toronto.
Yes.
Okay.
And Toronto is YYZ.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, like the airplane, the
Yes.
The airport
yes.
code.
I knew that. I
They
just want to make sure you knew that.
apparently Canadians are weird. They pronounce their Z's as Z.
It's I think it's a Commonwealth thing.
That's so it's Z. Could be
Yeah.
YYZ.
C, yeah, maybe C, but if you don't pronounce the Z and C properly, you have to put an ed on it.
Right.
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 Why didn't they
Right.
make C
Right.
said instead of making ZZ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, golly. I'm about
So,
to
yes.
put my body in the fire.
I apologize for interrupting you. Please go forth onto what you
Go
were saying.
on.
So what I'm listening for is any mistakes that might have been made. I mean,
Yeah.
it is
the,
Rush.
on
You're
the
not
album or in
Yeah.
general? Oh, okay.
In the concert.
And they're playing.
Right, and they're playing, and I don't, not being a bass guitarist or a guitarist, maybe there were some that I just don't pick up on, but there were a couple of things that I noticed that Neil had done. On number one, on Xanadu.
You better watch your ass, mister.
Don't.
Hey,
Careful.
but see, again, not hearing or seeing any other of the moving picture concerts during that tour. Maybe that's what he was doing for whatever reason, but it's on Xanadu. When you get the dun, 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 and then Neil comes in with on the cowbells. Well, he did the first little run early.
Interesting.
So it was da, 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 and then he stopped, and then he came back in and did it again when it was supposed to happen.
So he might have made a mistake.
He might have made a little mistake, or maybe that was something he was doing.
And even rock gods, even rock gods make a mistake every once in a while, I'm sure.
So you don't know if it's a mistake or
because they're so good,
or if it was just him throwing that in just to throw it in to throw people on.
Yeah.
I don't know. And in
an
Tom
Easter
Sawyer,
egg, so to speak. No, not an Easter egg. Yeah. Yeah.
In Tom Sawyer, there was a couple little snare hits, especially when they're doing their ending riffs. I can't even explain it. To hell with it.
Wow.
This is exciting.
But
Live.
But when you hear all the other live recordings of them playing Tom Sawyer, he had never done what he was doing towards the end before. So I'm thinking maybe he made a mistake and just doing the snare hit when he typically doesn't do that. But everything else was kick ass, especially La Villa Strangiato.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, La Villa Strangiato on this concert was so good. And I'd always heard them talk about them doing a reggae version of Working Man, which they did later on when they started to bring Working Man back in to the set list. They would start it off, but they did it on this. And this was this was part of the ending medley of songs that they would do.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, but yeah,
I guess I haven't listened to it.
Yeah.
I get up. It's 7. Yeah, and I go to work at 9. Yeah, and then they hit it. They get into it. So that was good, and that was the video of the Exit Stage Left concert tour or whatever. You don't get the whole medley. It starts with By Torn the Snow Dog into In the End, into In the Mood, into the grand finale. And then that was the way that video closes out the concert. But what they did was Working Man into Cygnus X1, Book 1, and just going in and out of some things from that into By Torn the Snow Dog, In the End, In the Mood, grand finale. Which another thing that really surprised me from this concert, again, I don't know if this was mixed in, but when they went into In the End, the crowd was going crazy. Like that was, the song everybody was waiting for them to play. And I'm going, it's In the End. It's from Fly By Night. I mean, it's a great song. I love In the End.
But they maybe they didn't expect to hear it. Had they not done it in a while?
Maybe not.
Perhaps. Yeah.
So yeah, but it was a good and Neil's drum solo. So I was expecting, Neil was such a, it was later on in his drumming career where he was being a little bit more spontaneous, maybe not playing every drum fill the way that it's always been played. And I always figured, what you hear from Exit Stage Left, the drum solo during YYZ, what was, I was going to hear the exact same thing, and it's not, which I found that very, very interesting. Yes. I mean, it followed the same structure that you hear on Exit Stage Left, but no. He was, he was rocking it.
One of these days, and you or Shane may have already brought this up. I think you did. We should do a episode and just kind of rate the drum solos of the live performances that are out there.
No, we don't need to spend time doing that because all of them are the greatest ever. They all tie for number one.
Which so I was going to ask, rank them, but
it's a tie for number one. All of them.
I have to tell you,
ever the stage.
It's funny. Exit Stage Left
Oh,
Oh, wait a
What?
second. All the
Really?
world's the stage. That is such a great drum solo.
yes, it is.
But
Yes, it is.
But then
I
he
mean-
started doing the same drum solo during that drum solo, just putting the phaser effects on it. No, it's a kick-ass drum solo. It rates up there number one.
It's number one also. All right.
Yes.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad.
Yes.
To hear
Well,
it.
I will tell you, Exit Stage Left is one of my favorite albums of theirs, period, besides being live. But I love that drum solo in YYZ. And one of the things I love to do when I'm somewhere, maybe at a bar, they have the video, they have the apps where you can control the music that's being played. And if I'm somewhere where they're playing especially annoying music, I like to put in that song. I think it's like 10-12 minutes long.
Oh yeah. Oh
Which
yeah.
one?
Yeah, the drum solo
Oh,
from YYZ. Yeah.
Says
I like
people
to
at the
put that in
bar have to
and
listen to
kind
the drum
of
solo.
mic drop it and walk out.
Oh,
Remember?
that is one of my favorite things to do. They got
Yeah.
one of those jukeboxes at this pizza place in Arlington,
Yeah.
old school pizza. And oh boy, that's some good pizza right
Oh,
there. But
Hmm.
I go in there and yeah, they're playing all their today's alternative shit. And
Oh, dude.
I know, I'm sorry, crap.
yeah, you can't say "Burp."
Language.
All right.
And we're live. I can't edit it.
And
You know what? It's
and-
over.
and I go like I like to put in natural science.
Yeah.
I do
Why?
natural
Wait a minute.
science.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody?
No.
I don't understand why someone.
Well,
would
because
love
number
natural
one,
science.
it's 18 years long,
Yeah,
and
it's 18
then
years
That's
of
the
awesomeness.
That's
Right.
the key. Because
And
if somebody's pissing you off with some crap music they're playing, you're
you
going to
put
want
in
to
some of the best, and you want it to be
Exactly.
the longest of the best. So it's natural
Absolutely.
science,
Absolutely.
Xanadu, Jacob's
still-
ladder.
exactly.
I'm surprised that they're not all buying you their next round of drinks. I don't understand what's wrong with them. Jay, remember when we'd play pool at the hangar and I would go and put the Doors, The End, and I'd just play it over
Yes.
and over again.
It's
that would
it's
clear
the
a
end,
room.
except for it never did.
See,
It was
that's
It's a Small
genius.
World of the
Yeah.
Doors. Yeah. Wow. All right, cool. Yeah. Thanks.
Well, this
Tim.
has been
But
fun.
yes,
Yeah.
that is so, and it wants me to wish that they will go through and find a live recording of the Signals tour.
Yeah.
Just because I want to. Now I've heard a bootleg. I used to have it. I don't have it anymore, but I used to have a bootleg of the Signals concert, and boy, that was really exciting, especially because they started to do in a medley. They would throw in Xanadu and like Red Barchetta as part of just doing hits, pieces here and there, hit and misses of stuff.
Have y'all-
And it was in that tour right there, Neil did change a drum part on Temples of Syrinx. Instead of doing the diggity gun gun da da diggity gun, he was doing just straight 16th notes all the way down. Bop, bop, bop. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have either of you got the 40th anniversary album or anything of Signals?
No, I haven't
have
listened to it.
I don't think they've released that yet.
Is it not released yet? Oh, okay. I thought I saw. I guess maybe it's a pre-order for something I saw.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
coming out though.
Backstage
Is it? I see on their website it's got
So maybe we'll get something.
I should do it for Christmas.
do it.
Oh, Tim's excited. Tim's
I
excited.
still think the three of us should go in and buy some Rush beer. I think we can get a case of it for like
I say-
$100.
Or we go to
I say-
Toronto and just get it right
Well,
out of the tap.
I was going to say road trip
Yes.
to go buy a case of beer. I say
Hell
it's worth
yeah.
it.
So
Ooh, think we could find a Trans Am? Smokey and the Bandit reference.
Every song.
Every Burt Reynolds movie. Road trip. All right.
Such a-
I'll drive. I'll do 6-hour shifts. If anybody wants to go to Toronto to YYZ for a beer run.
Why not?
Here's the problem. Here's the
Shane,
problem with this beer run. The beer won't make it to Pennsylvania. We'll have to go back to get more.
right.
Yeah.
And your point is
It's a good point.
yeah, Xanadu, just play it in the bar over and over.
exactly.
Play
Now,
back and no, you rotate it between Xanadu Rush, Xanadu Olivia Newton-John, Xanadu Rush, Xanadu Olivia Newton-John. Just rotate them. Keep it going.
You know what? Let's write that down for a later topic. The songs that you could play on a jukebox in a bar that would clear out the bar the fastest.
Oh yes.
Because I guess Tim thinks it's natural science, and that's probably a good choice. Even though,
no,
I love it.
The one to clear out the bar is Rivendell.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think Rivendell doesn't count. It's like it's like when Mike Tyson was at his prime and nobody could beat Mike Tyson. Rivendell, nothing can beat Rivendell for the song to clear a bar.
Right.
Unless
right.
it's maybe not the best analogy.
Maybe.
Every rush.
All right. Well, why don't we let these poor people go? Because that's all we're going to say about that.
Yeah. What do we want to do the Christmas songs for this, or do
No, we want to record it. I think we should do we should do that for that way people who
so everybody listening and watching live, get ready, because we're going to have something coming for you very, 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 very
creeped out.
All right. So
what he said.
So every rush song on all the social medias. Tim, how do we end this thing?
We end it like this. Thank you very kindly. You've been a fantastic audience. Good night.